emotions can come this way. Yet in all your might and glory, vanished from the sky, leaving just another story, mystery, man-made lies. They tell us how you fell from the sky.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Free American Hour. I'm your host, Clay Douglas. And that rustling in the background is my friend Donna Taylor. Hello, Donna. How are you? I can't hear you, dear. I cannot.
Good morning.
Okay, now I can hear you. Now I can hear you. Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing? And tell us how Mark is. I want to be able to say hello to Mark here in a little bit, but I want to talk to you first and get an update.
I hope I can get in. You were sick all last night. Yeah. I can't wait till we stay off of this clozapine. Clozapine is what he's on.
Now wait a minute, I'm losing you again. What's going on here with your microphone?
I don't know. Is it all right now?
It's all right. It's all right now.
Thank God. This is a strange thing. Anyway, Mark is not feeling well. I hope he'll come on this morning. He was up all night sick. Okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes, I can hear you.
And Mark was on clozapine 100 milligrams a day. And now he's down to 100 milligrams a day. But he's still having some side effects. He has been having some chest pains. And I asked the doctor yesterday, the nurse, and she said, well, that's what you get with the clozapine. That's all she would say. Like it was no big deal, Clay.
Well,
do you hear what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying and what I've been telling you. The doctor, you know, in my opinion here,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've listened to your stories. We know that they've tried to kill Mark. They've known that you know, this is like revenge. A couple of things, you know, we don't actually know where the revenge is coming from because, you know, but more than likely from the pharmaceutical companies, considering what happened to him with him being abducted here. But I think, and you know, I can speak from experience here because I was put on this psycho crap for 3 months. For 3 months in the hospital. And I walked out and I said I'll never do no more pills again.
Right. I mean, how dangerous is this and how much will it stand?
I sent you information. This is dangerous stuff. And the fact that he can't come on and talk to me and tells me that these drugs are still having way too much of an effect on him, and the doctors aren't going to let you just take him off of it. They're going to tell you it's bad, but read the contraindications here.
That's right. And thank God for Wesley Hoyt, my attorney. He makes things happen. You know, sometimes you have to have a good attorney help you. But you know that.
Yes.
Like Wesley.
And finding a good attorney among this Masonic order, and as far as I'm concerned, the attorneys all work for the city of London, you know, the city of Washington D.C., the city of the Vatican.
Right.
But
and,
Wesley's one of the good guys, and Wesley, by the way, is now after we just found out that Edgar Steele, who raised over $120,000 to give to his lawyer, only to find out that his lawyer was crooked. His lawyer stole money and used money that wasn't his, and has been disbarred, and now Wesley is stepping in. Wesley Hoyt is representing Edgar Steele now, trying to get him a new trial. He got this time on this bogus charge because the judge and the wouldn't allow 2 days to bring a witness in.
Can you imagine that? That judge should be pulled off the court. It's something that's wrong with that judge.
Well, Wesley's going to bring it out. It will be appealed. But they're even holding up the appeal by not sentencing Edgar Steele for 3 months.
Oh, no. That's a long time.
Yeah, they're just, they want him to die in jail. And
right.
Part of this thing about Wesley Hoyt and what happened to you. Now, Donna, do you ever think, you were on my show when we were in New Mexico. You spent some time with me in New Mexico. You came through here, through Arizona, to see me.
Right. And you know what? I guess this can happen. But people, it's happening. And you could be next. I hate to say this. Any of us could be next. Any of us. And I bet there's people out there that have already been through it. I bet there's people listening that have already been through it. What do you think? But know somebody.
The attacks, I watch whatever the ADL and Southern Poverty Law does. What they have done is used their propaganda, gotten that on 60 Minutes, and tried to demonize anybody in America that wants to be free, that thinks of themselves as a sovereign. They've done that the same way. They've done the militias. They've done that the same way. They've done that to everybody.
Right.
They tried to do it with me. Oh, Clay Douglas, he started the militias. Well, guess what? You're right. You're right. I did start the militia. I started it in the governor's office. We worked for the governor. We weren't no terrorist organization. We were just like a posse. We met with the governor. He could order us up at any time, as any governor can, to any able-bodied male between the ages of 18 and 45, and that's U.S. code.
Right. Anyway, now I'm going to tell you something. I'm meeting a lot of people that are trying to make a difference out there, Doug. A lot of people are trying to help and trying to get organizations together and stuff. Are you with me? And I think that's the thing we need to do. Get organizations together and get going on this.
Well, see, what happens in any organization, it's happening in the Tea Parties. Suddenly, it happens with the help of the media. Who is the media telling you about? The media is telling you about Sarah Palin, McCain's running mate. And what does she want to do? She wants to go out. She publicly made the statement that she was going to go against Iran. She wanted to start another war in Iran. And my God, you got McCain over there already shaking hands with Al Qaeda. But this is the good Al Qaeda. This is the Al Qaeda that's on our side in Libya. If the rebels are on our side, well, then they're Al Qaeda. That was okay.
Right. I mean, it's just one thing, it's another. You know what I mean?
Okay, now wait a minute. Whatever you did with your microphone, you screwed it up again.
Oh,
okay.
People need to raise up and do something about it. I guarantee you, this tears up families, it tears up homes, it ruins lives. We have to do something about it. Clay, what would you suggest people do?
I have studied this, Donna, for the last 25 years. I found out that the CIA, the Mossad, the secret services out there are bringing in the drugs. They are supplying Americans with the heroin, with the cocaine. Our troops are in Afghanistan right now guarding the heroin, guarding the opium poppies, and the pharmaceutical companies are drugging Americans the same way they did the Chinese with the heroin, with the opium.
Mm-hmm. Didn't they do the same thing in Russia? Did Adolf Hitler also in Germany do that?
They had
Some people?
yes, and they were putting people in gulags. They were putting people in mental institutions, locking them up. Dissidents. Oh, you're not agree with communism? You know, you must be crazy. And they would drug them. And the fluoride. Donna, I lost you again. Sit
I
still.
can hear you.
Okay.
They put you in institutions to shut you up.
They won't silence. They are. This part of the thing is drugging. I mean, and they've done that. They've used the heroin. They've used the opium. They used the hashish. They flew it in over the Turkish troops, and supplied it to them. They supplied it to America, and they are still supplying Americans. They are making the CIA and the Mossad and the banks are making all the money. Even the BATF got into the act. I just had Larry Pratt on. They've given this up. I mean, they're advertising for themselves. They are bringing the drugs in. They're feeding it to you, and then they're putting you in prison if they catch you with any of the merchandise they bring in.
Isn't that something? That's the way it is, isn't it?
Yes.
And for a doctor or a psychiatrist, you get in trouble if you don't push the drugs.
They get kickbacks from these drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, they don't make any money if you're healthy. So they're really not big on health. They want to feed you GMO modified foods. They want to feed you foods that don't have any nutritional value. and they want to control the production of the foods. This is what the GMO modified Terminator seeds are about. And whatever you keep doing there, you keep moving your microphone, and I can't hear you when you do that.
I'm here. Okay. I've got a teeny phone. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Now I can hear you. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. If you don't move, we'll be fine.
Right.
But this
Absolutely. But we're needing some financial help. We're really needing some help from Mark right now, and anybody that can help would be appreciated. If they can send the information to your website, if they can get it off your website, Douglas.
Yeah, they can get all the information. They can get the matter of fact, right up here by the show where today's show is. I've got Wesley's information. Okay, I just lost you again, darling. Hold the phone back up.
I'm here. I didn't leave. I'm right here. Something's going on. I got a helicopter flying over the apartment here. I don't know if that has something to do with it or not. Now is it better?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you now. It's just when you move in a certain way and then suddenly we can't hear you anymore. Okay, but...
Yeah, but
hold it. Donna, okay, try it again. Say it again.
I appreciate all the prayers that we can get out there for my son Mark. This is really hard on his body, what they've done to him. Terrible. With the chest pains and the vomiting, it's just awful. And they don't care. But I appreciate any help we can get. Like, seriously. Mark does not feel comfortable even in Colorado. Do you hear me?
Yes.
And is it because he was shot here? Is it because he's got PTSD syndrome? Yeah. No wonder he's uncomfortable, right? He's not crazy. He has PTSD from being shot. A lot of people that go to war have that. Correct.
You ask about an answer. The answer I've come up with is the whole Liberty Village concept. And that could be, it doesn't have to be a farm or a ranch, it doesn't have to be isolated, it could be a neighborhood if the people would work together. And that is probably our biggest problem. We won't work together. We can't work with anybody. Oh, Clay's a plant. He's a shill. He's been paid off to lie. What?
Oh my goodness.
You know, this is the kind of crap that comes up on the chat room.
They've been lied to and they're losing us in the lies. But wait till they put us in concentration camps and we can't do nothing because we sit down and did nothing.
That's right. And that's planned. They've already built them. They've already paid people to build them. We got the plans there. We got them they're popping up. Jesse Ventura, one of my guests. You moved the phone again, Donna.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever you're doing.
You're right about that. Jesse Ventura. I wish there was a bunch of Jesse Venturas popping out. You know? But I want to tell you something. I'm having a meeting tonight. If you would allow people to come on the line, it's up to you, Clay. These people are litigators trying to help get things straightened out.
Did you say you were going to have some of them call in?
Yeah, could I give a number a little bit later towards the end of the show for people to call in and listen to a lot of people that are fighting and doing something about things?
If we have a number that we can take callers at, if somebody wants to call in, it's 646-915-8774.
Right. Right. But I'm actively getting involved with people that know how to do litigation. I'm just starting to get involved in people that are helping people get out of jails and prisons and getting their children back from the child protection agencies. Clay, I've decided to link up with a bunch of people and help and learn and connect people. That's what I'm doing. If anything, I could connect people. You know what I'm saying? Like if I know of a woman here in Denver and she can't get her grandkids back, and I happen to know a guy named Pete in Florida that will help her, I'm going to connect them. You hear what I'm saying?
Well,
or somebody needs Wesley. They can afford to hire an attorney. I give his name out. I think that information needs to be. People need to help people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's our biggest failing right now. It's too much easier to try to put somebody down. Oh, Clay did this, Clay said that, Clay is a biker, Clay is a, it's easier to do that than say, Liberty Village is a good idea. Why don't we go out, why don't we have a neighborhood meeting? Why don't we see about, let's talk to our neighbors on this block and see about putting a garden in the backyard, putting up wind generators and solar on the roof.
Sure. And you know what? Will help people. Then when you have a crisis, you've got help because you've got it there for you. You don't have to look for it. It's right there. That's what I believe churches need to be doing also. Instead of collecting money and not helping people.
The problem with the churches is the churches, to exist in the lifestyle to which they become accustomed, are 501c3 tax-exempt churches, so the preachers don't have to pay income tax if they don't tell you if they don't tell you that you don't have to either. Move the phone back. Okay, there you go.
I'm telling you, if they don't get help. I'm telling you, I'm just saying it for what it is. I wish I had help. I wish I known where to go when Mark got locked up right away. I went everywhere but the right place to get help. But finally I came to you, Clay, and finally you knew you had somebody. You had somebody I could use to get Mark out. But wouldn't it be nice if I had all that information before it even happened?
Well, Donna, that's what I have tried to make the Free American. That's what I've tried to do with the Free American for the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wish people support you out there. I know you're working very hard, and you've been a real blessing for me and Mark by helping us get Wesley Hoyt on the case. You were there. You helped us. And I wish people support people like you because you're helping other people. But I've never seen so much money go out the window everywhere else where nobody's getting help. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, really honest. I've had to go to food banks, and a lot of the food isn't even fit to eat, most of it. There's very few things that you can get from a food bank that you can use. Because most of it's canned goods and sodium. Well, what are they doing? Well, they're getting food given to them, right? But a lot of the food that, let's put it this way, a lot of the food that's given isn't the good stuff that we need. So what good is that, giving United Way millions of dollars, and they give out stuff you can't even, it's not even fit to eat? Why don't we direct the money to the right places that are going to help? Does that make sense?
The whole point behind Liberty Villages is growing your own food, providing your own energy, and using just exactly what God provided us, without paying a middleman, without paying, oh, let's say Obama, his idea of greening America is to sell the top of that mountain over there to a foreign corporation so they can come in and put great big windmills up that'll kill a bunch of eagles. And wait a minute, why not just put a windmill and a solar unit on your roof and not pay anybody?
Right. Why not?
And
why not?
And
why not?
I'm not saying
get ready.
I'm not saying get off the grid. I'm not saying destroy nothing. I'm saying we can do this, We can grow our own food, feed our own children, you know, something right from God's green earth. We can generate our own electricity from the wind and the sun that God gives us every day.
Should be doing stuff like that. We really should. And but for people that don't have the energy to do that or whatever, like, I wish I could donate to you, and they can help Mark and I right now, because we're not going to give up. We're doing what we need to do. Expose, and then help people. Help people that get locked up. Help people that have lost their children to this child protection agency. Okay? Help people that are being drugged, that don't want to be on these drugs, that are forced by the courts to take drugs. Clay, can you imagine being forced, court-ordered to take a drug that you don't want to be taking, and there was nothing wrong with you?
Happened to me for 3 months.
Right. And I'm sure it has its side effects. Am I correct?
Oh, I'm sure. I have no idea that to this day, I have no idea how much my injury was attributable to my condition, or if it was the drugs that was doing it. I mean, you know, I said right up, man, they said, man, you were one mean son of a bitch, boy. You pulled pictures off the wall and beat us over the head with it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something.
That should have been a clue to you that you had me on the wrong medication.
Right. And the thing is, it brings anger and hostility on people that never had it before. They become angry and confused and upset because they've been drugged. And it's everybody else's fault. Because you say once you go on the drugs, you start to wonder if everybody is violating you. You don't trust nobody anymore. You know that?
Yeah, I know that.
You don't trust nobody once they start drugging you. Now, what is that for? Getting in that type of a mode. You don't trust no one. Or you hallucinate and you think somebody's trying to do something to you when they're not.